Welcome to the 9 DESIGN-ATHON design challenge tutorial video. In today's tutorial video, this is the design brief which will be used in today's tutorial video. It is a real estate flyer design. Today's tutorial video is about a real estate flyer design where we will be using this brief on the screen. The name of the estate is Harmony Garden Estate, and there are some features with the price starting at 45 million naira. The location is provided, the title which is certificate of occupancy, and some features which will be included on the flyer. So without wasting much of the time, so let's move on to the video. So now the first thing I'll be doing is changing the background size, changing the size of the design. So the size that will be used in today's design is 1024 by 1280. The width will be 1024 and the height will be 1280. So this is the size we will be using in today's flyer. So moving on this flyer, I will have to import the background. So I will click on this and use an image from my gallery. So I won't source for all this background using my Pinterest. So as a graphic designer, it is easy, it is simple. Sourcing for your resources using Pinterest, you can use Google. So just like that, I'll be putting a link to a video that will show you how you can use Pinterest to search for your resources. So moving on into video, I will have to import my background. So this is the background which will be used in today's video. Then I will have to create a cloud image just like a sky. So this Pixellab, the function of Pixellab I'm using is provided us with an image like that which we can use for cloud. I'll be putting the link in the video to get this version of Pixellab. So it is provided in this version of Pixellab. So this is cloud. So I will just have to enlarge it for my design. So just by doing this, I will enlarge this and place it on top like this. Moving on the design is to import the images from the gallery. So I will have to move to this plus icon, then from gallery to import the images I want source for this design from my Pinterest app. So now we have to import this image. So this is the first image which will be imported. So this is the first one. I will have to increase this like this. Then I will rotate this. I will change it like this. Then place this here. I will place this. I'll place this here. Then moving on the design is to import another image, another house image just like this one. So this, I will increase this, then place it here beneath the first one. So just like this, I haven't imported these images. So moving on the design is the creation of a building gradient. So I will have to move to shape to create the building gradient. Then once I've created the shape like this, I will resize it to the screen size, just like the screen size like this. Then I will scroll down. Then instead of choosing color here, I will change to gradient. Then to create the building gradient, you click on this plus icon here. You click on this, this. Just click this. Then change this to white. Then click on OK. Then you click on this second one. Click on this. You click on this. Then you slide this down. So just like this, we've created a building gradient with the upper hand no color, the lower hand with a white color. So just like this. So I will have to increase the size for this and then place it here. Just cover up the down part of the house. So just like this, I haven't created that. So let's lock this to the screen interface to avoid any disruption while moving another resource. So this was how the background is manipulated. So moving on to the other things like the text on the design. So I will have to import a logo, an housing logo from my gallery. So moving on here, all the resources used in this video will be provided. The link to download will be provided in the video description. So I will have to click on erase color like this. So just like this, erase color. So I will click on erase color here, enable this, then increase the tolerance just to remove any whitish color around the black color. Then I will check mark, move to color to change the color. The color that is being used to create this design is the blue color, the sky blue color, and a deeper color. I'm using gradient instead of using the normal color. So I will have to increase the size for this. So just place this here. I will have to place this by the left hand side corner here. Then move on to text, create the name of the estate. So as mentioned earlier, the name of the estate is Harmony Gardens. So I will have to create this. Then move to font to change the font. The font for this, which will be used for this, is 𝗪𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 extra bold. Then change the color to the blue color that is being used for the design. So just like this, and we'll reduce the size of this. I'll have to reduce the size for this. then place it beneath the logo here. Then it will be placed beneath the logo here. This is for harmony. Then another text, move back to text to create garden. So gardens. So just like this. Then to font, to change the font. Here, 𝗪𝗲𝗧𝗏 extra bold. Then I will have to change the color for this to black. This color will be black. Then reduce the size. And then place this beneath harmony here. So this is how this was being created. So moving on this design, let's change the font for this to semi-bold. This too thick. So let's change this to semi-bold. So just like this. So moving on the design is the name of the estate. The name of the estate, we have to create something big for this. So we move on to text, then harmony. Then we move on to font to create, to change the font for this. The font for this is 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗏 black. So we are using in this design, the name of the font used is 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗏. The family font 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗏 is the font used throughout this design. So we change the name, change the font like this, then I will increase the size of this, and then change the color to the color which is being used earlier. Bring this to the center like this. Then I will have to bring this down here. So just like this. I'll copy this. Let's increase the size for this a little bit. Then make sure it is placed at the center like this. I'll copy this, then edit it for garden. So just like this, and it will be placed under harmony here. So just like this. So moving on the design. Let's reduce the size for this logo a little bit. So let's reduce the size for this a little bit, and as well for the name of the estate here. Then the size for this as well. So just like this. Then we'll move this up a little bit. So just like this. Then under the name of the estate here, we have to put the address. So moving on, we move on to shape to create the shape like this. Then we increase the fading, we increase the radius rather, we increase the radius a little bit. Use the grid line so as to make sure the alignment is okay. So the shape will be at the end of Y here and at the end of H here. So that is where we want, the longer we want the shape to be. So I will have to increase the size for this, and then increase the size for this as well. So just like this. So just like this, and change the color of this shape. So the color to this. So this is the color for this. Moving on the design, I will move to opacity to reduce the opacity for this a little bit. Yeah, to reduce the opacity for this a little bit. Then we have to place the address on this. So the address is Harmony Garden Estate. Harmony Gardens Estate, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. So this is the address of the estate. So moving on to font, we will be changing the font to Metropolis Semi-Bold. Then reduce the size of this, and then it will be placed on top of this. So this will be placed on top of this. Yeah, this will be placed on top of this here. So that is that about this address. Then we will be giving this just a single stroke. So a stroke. So just like this. So just like this. So moving on the design is this. We have some other things which will be included, like the price, the feature, and the line title, which is the certificate of occupancy. So moving on, we have to create the shape here. So moving on the shape, we move to shape, increase the radius a little bit. Yeah, we increase the radius a little bit and then change the color to the color that is being used for the design. So just like this. So just like this, and then moving on to shape again, I'll have to create another shape. Let's increase the radius for this a little bit more. Yeah, just like this. Then this to this shape, I will have to increase the radius as well. Then make it small to fit in here. I will make it small to fit in for this shape here, just like this. This shape should be a little longer. The one we first created, it should be a little longer. So just like this. Yeah, then we'll have to merge these shapes together. We will be merging this white shape. We will merge it together with the first shape, this blue, and we'll merge the two together. Then move on to erase color to erase off the white color. But I made a mistake. Before we merge the two together, we must first copy this white shape. We'll copy this, or copy this, then we'll merge this together, and then remove the color, erase off the color like this. So moving on here, I will be bringing in this here. I will bring in this here, reduce the size a little bit. So I will reduce the size of this a little bit, then change the color to the color which the design is being designed with, and give this some little stroke, white stroke. So just like this. Moving on the design, we have the price, which is the 45 million, the starting price. Then I will have to import an image from the gallery. So this will be imported. So this, reduce the size. We'll reduce the size and place this here. And the opacity for this will be reduced a little bit. So just like this. Then the price of the price starting at, we'll create the text, which is price starting at. So this is the text. This will be changed. The font will be changed to 𝗪𝗛𝗋𝗚 rather, instead of 𝗪𝗛𝗋. So it will be 𝗪𝗛𝗋𝗚. So this is the font. Then I will have to reduce the size for this a little bit, and then place it on top of this red PNG image which was just imported into the Pixellab app. So this will be placed on top of this. I'll place this here. So it will be placed on top of this. Then moving on to text, we'll create the price, the starting price, which is 45 million. Then we change the font. The font used in creating this is Morganite Black. It is a long font, so I'll have to increase the size for this. So just like this, and change the color. So this is the color used for this. So just like this, I will increase the size of this to this. Then moving on the design is the contact information. The contact information of the garden, of this estate. So we move on to shape to create the shape. So reduce the size for this. And this will be placed here. This will be placed here. Yeah, this will be placed here. Changing the color to the color of the flyer. So the color of the flyer which is being used for the flyer. So just like this, making sure it is on the same alignment as this. So it must be on the same alignment as this. Then I will have to copy this shape, copy it, change the color to this, of this to white. I'll change the color of this to white, place it on top of this here. So let's bring this to the center, bring this as well to the center. Then I'll have to place this white on top of this. then merge the two together. Then move to erase color to erase off the white color. So just like this, return back to its place here. So this will return back to its place here. Yeah, just like this. Then moving on to shape, I will create just a small shape, just like the one we created earlier here. So this color, then reduce the size. Yeah, just like this. Oh, sorry. So let's bring this to the top a little bit. All this right from the name. So we click this, we take it up a little bit. So just like this. Then back to the shape. So just like this shape has been created. So here, then this would be here. So just like this will be here. So moving on the design, we have to import another image. But before importing the image, or after importing the image, we have to create a realistic shadow for this. So moving on to this, we have to import this image. Yeah, this image. Then this will be placed. This will be placed here. This will be placed here. Then moving on to how to create a realistic shadow, just click on shape, a circle shape. Then you move on to opacity, reduce the opacity. Move on to stroke with it, increase the stroke with it. Then you reduce the size for this. Yeah, reduce the size. Then you increase the blur radius to its maximum level, which is 25. Then moving on, we move on to 3D rotate to rotate this. Increase the size. And then send it beneath the image. Beneath the image like this. And then the opacity of this should be reduced. So just to create a realistic shadow like the house is on a surface. So moving on the design here, on the design on this, the first shape created here, we have title, land title. Yeah, changing the font. So the font is 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗏 extra bold for this. Then reduce the size and then place it on top of this here. So this will be placed on top of this here. Then another text will be created. Moving on to text, then this is certificate of occupancy. So you have to create the changing the font. You have to change the font to 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗔 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Then reduce the size for this. And then place it beneath land title here. So this will be placed beneath land title here. Moving on the design is the fixtures. So fixtures of Harmony Garden. Fixtures of Harmony Garden. Yeah, we change the font to 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 extra bold. Yeah, to 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 extra bold. Then bring garden down here. Move to the center, align. Then you give it center alignment. Reduce the size for this a little bit. Then place it on top of this shape at the middle here. So this will be placed here. So this will be placed here. Then moving on the design is the fixtures of this garden. New text. Then the fixtures. These are the fixtures of the garden: modern and sustainable designs, serious floor plans, government kitchens, master suite and ensuite bedroom, garden and landscape yard, clubhouse and swimming pool, proximity to top prayer school, and easy access to major roads. So we'll move on to font to change the font for this. The font that will be used for this is 𝗪𝗲𝗧𝗔𝗵𝗆, just like this. Then you reduce the size for this and then place it on top of the shape here, beneath, under this. So this will be placed here. Then we'll have to move to the line spacing here to increase the line here. So just like this. Then this will be bringing, we will be putting some marks here. So just like this. Then we have to import a 3D image which will be placed beside these fixtures. So reducing the size of this. So we will be placing this beside one of the fixtures. So this will be beside the first one. Copy this. So moving on to contact information. So let's log this to the screen interface. So yeah, moving on here. So moving on here, we have the contact information. So moving on to test to create contact information. Contact information. Then changing the font to 𝗪𝗲𝗧𝗔𝗵𝗆. And we'll have to reduce the size for this and place it on top of the shape, on top of this shape here. So it will be placed on top of the shape here. And we have the information, the contact information, like the location, the office location, the address, their mail address, the number, and we also have the website. So moving on to that, we have to create the test for the address, the location. So here we have the test. The address is Harmony Garden, 789 Avenue, Lekki, Lagos. So changing the font to 𝗪𝗲𝗧𝗔𝗵𝗆. Then before we move on to bringing that down, we have to check for the location icon here. We have a location icon available here. Changing the color to white. Then reducing the size for this. So then we have to bring this down here on top of the shape for the contact information. So yeah, for the address. So for the test, we just have to reduce the size for this. Then bring it on top of the shape here. So this will be placed here on top of the shape here. So we'll copy this for the phone number. So copy this for the phone number. So for the phone number, we have the mail address, and after that is the website address. So just like this. Then we bring this down here. So we just have to give it a little line spacing. A little line spacing like this. Then bring in the logo. A logo for mail. We have an icon we can use in representing that. Then changing the color to white. And then reducing the size for this. We place this beside yes. So this will be placed beside the text here. So moving on is the logo for core, which is also available here. So we bring this here, reduce the size for this. Place it beside the phone number here. Yeah. And for the last one is the website. So yeah, change the color to white and then reduce the size for this. And then we place this beside the last text here. So this is my own process. This is my process of how I created the flyer. This is how my flyer was created. So before the ending of the video, so we can just create some blur white to complement the sky here. So reducing the size for this, then changing the color to white, and then increasing the blur radius to its maximum, which is 25. Yeah, we can just put this, we can just put it here just to complement the sky. So, and place it on top of the house here. It will be behind the text, so it will be on top of the house here. Yeah, this. Let's copy this again, then place it by the left hand side here as well. So to the back, on top of the house. Yeah. So just like that, this is how I created my own flyer, my own real estate flyer for DESIGN-ATHON Design Challenge Day 9. Please, if you've learned one or two things from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe on this channel. Thanks for watching.